It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. My name is Shay Brown, your host, and it is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thanks so much for allowing us to stream into your office or into your mobile device. You know, the CEO Sales Huddle is a place where your sales department can meet to focus on the one area that is absolutely necessary in order for your company to be successful, for your company to be profitable, and at the end of the day, for your company to have the resources that are necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve, and that is the sales department. So thank you so much. We know you have a lot of choices. Thanks for streaming with us this morning or this afternoon or whatever time you're watching this. And every morning we get started, I love to share our philosophy. I want you to know our key philosophy is success leaves clues. And the reason we say that is that if someone else has done it, it's encouraging to know that we can. So we look at a case study for that specific reason so we can say, okay, what worked for that CEO? What were some of their challenges? What were some of their hurdles? What were some of their successes? And what are best practices we can use in our own sales department? So let's go ahead and get started this morning, because in our busy work that we live in today, staying seated all day can be tough on our bodies. For Dan Flattery, this wasn't just a small annoyance. It led to a sciatic nerve pain. There's a serious ouch for anyone trying to focus at work. His doctors recommended a standing desk, but the market offered either a cardboard box solution or a very expensive, complex setup. And Dan needed a more practical option, which led him to team up with, well, the one and only Jason Can to create something new, Varidesk. Now, maybe you're hearing about it for the first time. I'll let you know that finding a perfect standing desk wasn't like searching, it was like searching for unicorns. Here's an interesting fact that I want you to know. Dan and Jason discovered along the way was that sitting is dubbed the new smoking because of its health risks. On their journey, they realized that people needed a straightforward solution to lessen the office discomfort. And while trying to sell through traditional dealers, they encountered a hard truth. Here it is. The big box, the big boys, the big girls dominated the market, leaving little room to break through for their product. But this struggle only fueled their determination to shake things up. Need a new sales strategy, need a new sales message. We need a sales structure. We need a sales system. So was their answer, was to sell directly to customers. You see, they understood that for a real change, you needed sales innovation combined with a clear sales strategy. The Varidesk wasn't just a desk. It was a movement, like a skilled sales cycle. People adopted it, and eagerly, once they tried it, they said, this works. Its success came from listening, here's the sales strategy, to their customer needs and their willingness to adjust their sales structure, to change their sales strategy, and to confront the challenges head on. So here's the deal. By keeping both their creativity and simplicity at their core, they ensured that everyone could enjoy the enormous health benefits while efficiently transforming their workplace. Man, isn't that incredible? And so what's my big takeaway for you, the CEO? Varidesk is a shining example of how critical it is for leaders to stick to clear innovation sales strategies. See, McCann's journey showed that growth doesn't only happen when you increase sales, but also when you nurture your team and stay flexible to new ideas, new sales strategies, and sales structures. And so in a rapid growing market, which many of us are in, understanding your customers and building a strong sales message that directly connects with your customers gets you the best results. So this lesson encourages every CEO to integrate sales creativity, a strong sales strategy to maximize impact, generate profits, and have a thriving business. You do that. Oh, I'm going to tell you, and you will see your sales go up, 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 and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you this morning. And every single morning, I love to get started the exact same way. First, by thanking you for allowing us to stream into your office. You have a lot of choices. These are very challenging times. We appreciate you. And also say that every morning, CEO, here's our first start. Focus on sales. That is our business mantra. Go ahead and put that down. In fact, say it out loud. I don't care if you're watching the replay now. Focus on sales. Focus on sales. Focus on sales. There's a reason why we say that every single morning. And here's the reason. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. This is a truth. It's a hard truth because sales, at the end of the day, is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money pouring out than there is pouring in. The big takeaway that I want you to have right now, in all seriousness, is that selling is very serious business. Very serious business. So after we understand that, we say, well, Shay, as the CEO, what do I need to do? Well, we have a pledge to the sales department as CEOs. Yes, we got to provide the sales department with the sales people. Got it. Yes, we got to provide the sales department with the sales resources. Got it. And yes, we got to provide the sales department with the sales processes. But our pledge to the sales department is that we, as a CEO, every single morning, we're going to learn, earn, and return. This is what we're going to do as a CEO, not the sales department. Repeat these words after me. I have to learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get old and existing clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. What a way to get going. But then we come over to our objectives. And you're in your sales department meeting right now. And when you show up, I know the number one objective you say with your sales team every single morning is, what's the sales progress? How are we taking small steps to become our small actions, to become our habits that allow us to get to where we want to get to? How are we looking? What's the results? And then what roadblocks are out there as the CEO that we need to do, that we need to look at? We talked about that with a case study this morning. It wasn't easy. And then we look over and say, wait a minute. We've got to make sure we're fully embrace the 5 sales pillars. Now, I've been doing this with my clients for many, many years. And I'm going to tell you, these 5 sales pillars, this is the bedrock. This is what really moves the needle. There are 5 sales pillars. Sales pillar number 1 is you must have a one-page CEO sales plan. Take your one-page CEO sales plan out right now. Take a look at it. And then look at the sales cycle that it goes through in order for you to take someone that you meet all the way through to the time they're a client. And then what's the sales message? You know, one of the things I liked about this morning is they had to adjust the sales message. I mean, they had to adjust it. It didn't stay the same. The sales structure didn't stay the same. And then the CEO sales dashboard. We'll talk about that today. We have a whole segment. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Can't wait to get to that, by the way. And then, of course, you got to have a sales team. I mean, maybe you are the sales team, but let's build a 7-figure sales team. Now, for those folks that tune in every single morning, I love to connect with you. I love doing this. This is my favorite thing to do. You can look below the video if you're watching live and you're streaming on one of our on-demand platforms, and go ahead and put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. That's the bat signal that we're in this conversation together. For those folks that are watching the replay, you can't be here at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I respect that. I understand that. You have other obligations. So go ahead and put hashtag replay. Thanks for tuning in, whether it's 12 noon where you are, or 6 p.m., or maybe it's 9 p.m. at night. But this is the time you have your sales meeting with your sales team. And if you are the sales team, with you yourself. So thanks for being part of the CEO Sales Huddle. Keep coming back. For those folks that are online and they're watching on our on-demand streaming platforms, you can go over, maybe you're on Roku, maybe you're on Apple TV, maybe you're on one of the other platforms like YouTube Live or Amazon, wherever you may be streaming on one of our syndicated platforms. Go ahead and drop me a DM. Go over to @IamCheBrown. I want to connect with you anyway. Love to see what you're up to. It's so much fun for us to connect all over the world. And let's do that right now. Do it now. Do it now. I'm looking forward to it. Now, the question comes out, what's the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle, Shay? What is it? I mean, I just want to know. Well, the CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster, easier, with less effort. And we have a big why. And our big why is all about sales growth. It's all about sales accountability at the end of the day. It's all about consistency. You may have heard before that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what do most people struggle with most? They struggle with consistency. That's no longer you, because we have a way to help you there. We get together for 15 minutes. That's why we tune in every single morning for 15 minutes. And in that 15 minutes, that represents 1% of your day. Now, I want you to think about it. 1% of your day. There are 1,440 minutes in every day. You show up for 1% of your day in this sales meeting, this sales conversation, the only conversation that allows your company to be profitable, the only conversation that allows your company to change the sales strategy or the sales message or the sales structure so that you can have more impact in the world, just like the case study we talked about today. And what is our number one outcome? Our number one outcome is to generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. This is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You're in this conversation. As a result, you generate an extra $100,000 a month. The question always comes up, Shay, how do you do that? Like literally, Shay, how do you do that? One of the ways we do that is we've instituted the CEO Sales Dashboard. We used to work with this with our private clients. And then number one question was, what do I measure, Shay? What do I manage? How do I know I'm on track or off track? We said, look, there's only 5 key indicators we need to look at: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Only 5. And how do we do that? Well, we have an Excel sheet. So you can go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Again, www.ceosalesdashboard.com, and you can download it. Now, when you download it, you can go across the top. You can find today's date. Once you find today's date, come on down. There's leads, there's appointments, there's offers, there's deals, and there's repeat business. And you can customize this because it's an Excel sheet. So there's no credit card needed. There's no Zelle needed. You can just insert your number 1 product, and then your number 2 product. Let's take a look at any one category. Let's go take a look at deals. Let's do a quicker look at deals. And let's say you're looking at deals, and you go down there and you say, how many deals were closed yesterday for your number 1 product? How many deals are pending yesterday for your number 1 product? How many deals are on your CRM right now that are hot, warm, or cold? I'm going to give you my definition. You may have your own definition later, but hot means, hey, this is something that's going to close in the next 10 days. Warm means, hey, it's going to be the next 10 to 20 days. And cold means, you know what, it's going to be 30 days out or more. Here's why I love the CEO dashboard, because what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. But we don't stop there. We come back and we slow down. We say, wait a minute. Let's look at some of our successes. Let's look at what's working. Let's look at how we can change that and how we can make a difference. Powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions, they're focused. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So we're going to focus on asking ourselves 3 questions. Go ahead and jot this down in your notes. Number 1, what are you most proud of? Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment? And number 3, what do you want to brag about? You're like, shit, I just want to brag. Like, I'm looking back at yesterday's results, and I'm looking at my sales department, and I'm looking at what's working and what didn't work and what changes we had to make. And I want you to go ahead right now in your notes, put that down. What do you want to brag about? Like, if I could bring you on here today and you looked at the results and you was there, you said, wait a minute, Shay, this is my CEO dashboard. This is the performance for yesterday, and I just want to brag. What would you want to brag about? Isn't that so amazing? Isn't that so cool? But just like this morning, we know that every day there are challenges for the CEO sales department. And we know in that department, we want to acknowledge the hurdles, the challenges, and then adjust our sales strategy, adjust our sales message, adjust our sales structure. In some cases, make a change to the sales system if necessary. So here's the question. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions, they're focused. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. Number 1, what was your biggest roadblock yesterday? Now, this is just in the sales department. I'm going to ask you to take a look at your life. That's not what I'm doing right now. Just in your sales department, what was your biggest roadblock? What's preventing you today from moving forward? And number 3, what's the one thing that you can do? Like, as the CEO, you could make that decision right now. And in making that decision, it could shift the needle. Just that little small decision could shift the entire needle. What's that one decision? The one thing that you can do, that you control, that can make a huge difference for your sales department. My message of the day is do small things well, get big results. You're not going to be blown away by that, but do small things, take small actions, allow those actions to become your sales habits, and allow those sales habits to drive your sales results. Do small things well, get big results. Do small things well, generate leads in your business. Do small things well, have a lead conversion system in your business. Do small things well and get big results. You see, small hinges, they do swing really, really big doors. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you. Look right below the video. Do me a favor, look right below the video and put hashtag I'm here. Let me know you were in the building. With that being said, you're amazing. I know you're incredible. You're already here. Thanks for allowing us to stream into your home. We appreciate you, and I'll see you on the other side. With that being said, God bless and keep doing God's work. We out of here, y'all. Peace.